Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They go play action here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. They run with Hunt. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They run again with Hunt. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
They'll try and throw for it here. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he'll actually lose about 7 yards on the return, but they have possession of the football on the turnover. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Keith Marshall with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect. And this remains a 13-0 game. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Now Hunt. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down. Out of the gun, Brissett. And able to find Conley. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. Here's Brissett, dancing to his left. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders. The Raiders on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Let's go!
A toss play to Hunt. And he's got some space here. That burst good for 20 and a first down. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. They go play action with Brissett. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Now Brissett. Skirts by him at the 35. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. So on 4th down, Pete Carroll's going to call out his field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So this offensive unit, they've now had 3 drives, and they only have 3 points to show for it.
Payoff is the key for everything. How many offenses we talk to that say we have to finish drives? Thus far, this team hasn't finished it quite the way they've wanted to.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. play fake here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Come on, let's go.
Kaiser now on second down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third. That was close to a big play. Just a little bit too far that he was led. He caught it but couldn't stay in bounds, Charles.
Yeah, I'm not very good at these sort of things, but I have to believe the farther you are downfield, the less your margin for error in throwing the ball, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so they gave it a good effort there. Really tried. Just couldn't complete it.
He's got his tight end in Njoku. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
Let's go. What? 9.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Let's get into the weeds here a little bit, partner. The Raiders last year, road games only, committed the most penalties in NFL history for the most penalty yardage in NFL history.
Yeah, hard to believe in something they have to shore up when they're playing away from home.
Come on, let's go.
Now Marshall, and an alley to run. And he's brought down. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They stay on the ground. This is Marshall again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this.
Here we go.
Now a second down throw for Kaiser. Steps away to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Let's go. Brand 38. Brand 38. Let's go. Brand 38.
This is Marshall. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Keith Marshall on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. So they're going to go for 2.
Here we go. What?
That's going to set him back 5 yards. And they'll get set here looking for the two-point conversion.
Here we go. Grand 38.
Kaiser, this looks like a free play. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a second down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Here we go.
Now it's Hunt. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. And he comes back with one complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Second down following the run. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now they'll run it on the toss. Space to maneuver at the 40. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Keith Marshall, 71 yards. And the Browns add on to their lead. And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
This is fielded at the goal line. Oh, the spin. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here we go.
They'll run with Marshall. Room here to run. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Here we go. Ohio. Flex round.
And here's Marshall. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
Here we go. 9.
Second down, Kaiser. Flush to his right. And some room to work. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Keith Marshall, 56 yards. And the Browns are pouring it on. And he just tied the NFL record on that 5th rushing touchdown. He's the 6th man ever to do that in a single game.
And, partner, did you just say that he tied an NFL record there?
Yes, sir.
I mean, we're talking 5 touchdowns on the ground against an NFL-caliber defense.
Is that good?
I'd say that's fantastic. What a game for him.
It really is something. We are watching quite the effort. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And they still need 8 yards for the first here on second down. They'll run it here with Hunt. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. The Raiders on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Come on, let's go. Red 38. Red 38.
Brissett sets to throw it. He's got the first down and more past the 40. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Let's go. Ohio.
Here's Hunt. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. 2nd and 5. And the D looking like they may blitz.
Here we go. Red 38. Red 38.
On the run, this is Hunt. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Here's Brissett. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. They run forward with Hunt, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. And we're back now here in Cleveland. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
Come on, let's go.
This is Hunt. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Brissett. This one caught by Crowder. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. And they'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Here we go. Red 38. Flex round.
They'll run. This is Hunt. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. And this seemingly endless drive continues.
Hey, tight end's right. One tight end. Let's go. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Let's go. Red 38.
Now a handoff looking right. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now they try the right side here. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And down inside the 15 he goes. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 8. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
Flex round! Flex round! Let's go!
To throw is Brissett. And this is going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And his kick is indeed good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's likely not going to matter much, but at least they get themselves 3 points closer to respectability.
And I don't know that they're going to feel a whole lot better about things because they've clearly been outplayed all game long. But, hey, no reason not to take the points when the opportunity presents itself.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all, and they're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And they'll start this drive with very good field position.
Here we go!
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. 2nd down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Kaiser here looking to throw it. Escaping the pressure, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Bruce Irvin in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Kaiser now from the 50. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down. And it is incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Raider D, they get the football back. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Brissett now on second down. He's going to let it fly. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And the return will stop right around the 25. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. And they're throwing here. Kaiser. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over.